Hello, this is District 5 Commissioner and Vice Mayor Emily Bonilla, and I'd like to welcome you to this East Orange County District 5 Transportation presentation. My district spans from the west side of Orlando in College Park and Edgewater Drive all the way east to Christmas, just north of East Colonial Drive and south of the Seminole County line. It is my honor to serve as your District Commissioner. Over the last 3.5 years, I have been working diligently with citizens, Orange County staff, the Board of County Commissioners, and the Florida Department of Transportation to provide traffic calming, traffic capacity, and pedestrian, bike, and ADA safety improvements across the district. However, the purpose of this presentation is to inform you of upcoming transportation projects in East Orange County, District 5. In an effort to comply with CDC social distancing guidelines, this presentation is being provided in lieu of a typical community meeting. But rest assured that your input remains very important to me. The presentation you are about to watch will provide you a transportation overview. It will begin with recently completed projects, then projects underway, and lastly, future projects within East Orange County and District 5. There will also be a brief presentation on upcoming bike trails and pedestrian projects in the area for those who prefer alternative modes of transportation, and for which I felt would help take some cars off the road to assist in our traffic capacity. This presentation will not cover mass transit projects. However, I am working to get additional funding in our 2020-21 fiscal year budget and beyond for an additional neighborhood link that will service the area from Waterford Lakes to Bithlo and Wedgefield. At the conclusion of this presentation, you will be asked to complete a brief survey. I encourage you to complete the survey as I value your input on how our district grows. Thank you again for your time and input. Have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you, Commissioner Bonilla, for your introduction to this presentation. The purpose of this presentation is to provide you with an overview of a variety of transportation improvement projects, particularly focused in the East Orange County area. As you know, the East Orange County area has had a number of developments approved that will affect the quality of the road infrastructure in the area. To mitigate existing and potential continued growth in the area, the county has completed a number of infrastructure projects while at the same time developing plans for more improvements over the next decade and beyond. As noted, this presentation will outline what has been completed as well as plans for the short and long term. We will start with a general transportation overview and then transition into a description of major projects completed in the area, and then also address projects currently underway and future projects that are planned in the longer time frame. Starting with the transportation overview, Orange County determines the future needs of the roadway network through the evaluation of various data sources, coordination with other transportation agencies, and the analysis of regional transportation models. In some areas of the county, new transportation corridors are needed to mitigate transportation impacts, and opportunities to partner with private development are a commonplace. This chart outlines the implementation of a typical major roadway project. A typical road project generally involves the widening of an existing 2-lane road to a 4-lane configuration, and this takes place over the course of approximately 7 to 8 years. This timeline is made up of production phase durations that include the Roadway Conceptual Analysis Study, or RCA for short, or a preliminary engineering phase that normally takes place over the course of approximately 14 to 16 months. Once the study is completed and approved by the Board of County Commissioners, the design phase takes approximately 2 years to complete. Overlapping the design phase, the right-of-way acquisition can take up to 2 years to complete, and finally the construction phase also typically lasts 2 years. Please keep in mind that the timeline depicted assumes that funding is available and in place for each phase of the project. Funding allocated to the Public Works Capital Improvement Program is dedicated to a variety of transportation improvements that are tailored to increase traveler safety, the reduction of travel time delays, and increased mode choice. The county's fiscal year runs from October 1st to September 30th each year, and the total funding for the current fiscal year, 2019-2020, is just over $121 million. This chart illustrates the funding sources for the Capital Improvement Program for projects within all of Orange County for this fiscal year. Transportation revenues are comprised of a variety of funding sources that include transportation impact fees, gas taxes, the county's general fund, and other sources. Funds are allocated to projects primarily based on the priority of the improvement as well as the availability of funding. This map illustrates all of Orange County's long-range major roadway projects throughout the county. In addition, the county's comprehensive plan also addresses the process by which roadways are identified for improvement along with an evaluation of current and long-term conditions on the transportation network. In addition to major roadways, the Capital Improvement Program includes the following project types: intersection improvements, bridge projects, roadway lighting projects, safety projects, installation of street trees, sidewalks, and roadway resurfacing. This slide shows the Commission District 5 boundary in relation to the rest of the county. The remaining slides will focus on transportation projects in this area. Next, we will discuss the list of recently completed projects in Commission District 5. The first project entails the UCF Area Pedestrian Safety Study. This 4.6-mile safety study was completed in late 2016. The intent of the study was to identify measures and physical improvements to specifically address pedestrian and bicycle safety. The project is currently in the design phase and should start construction next year. Some of the improvements will entail the construction of a 10 to 12 foot wide sidewalk along the UCF campus, allowing for safer travel by both pedestrians and cyclists. The project will also include improvements at major signalized intersections, the addition of pedestrian scale lighting, signalized mid-block crossings on University Boulevard and Alafaya Trail, as well as pedestrian channelization to assist roadway crossings at appropriate locations. In the interim, the county has already installed pedestrian flashing beacons, pavement markings, advisory signage, along with other measures. The other study recently completed is the UCF Research Parkway Study. This study was conducted at the request of the Central Florida Research Park to analyze and assess cut-through traffic, and the study was completed in May 2019. The research park was concerned with the perceived number of cars cutting through the park to gain access to UCF and other areas. However, the study results showed that relatively few cars did in fact cut through, but nevertheless, a number of potential intersection improvements were identified that could alleviate some of the congestion in the park. Next, we'll be moving on to projects underway. The projects currently underway include an area study, a safety project, and several roadway capacity projects. The Northeast Orange County Area Transportation Study, or NEOCATS for short, is in the process of hiring a consultant team and will soon be fully underway. The NeoCats project is currently going through our procurement process and should start this fall. The study is intended to assess current and future traffic conditions and needs in an area bounded by the Seminole County line on the north, south of State Road 50, west of Alafaya Trail, and east of Chuliota Road. Once a contract is awarded by the county, we will seek input from the community to identify a range of appropriate improvements to address existing and long-term needs. The next project is a roadway safety project on Fort Christmas Road. This safety project is currently in the construction phase and is approximately 20% complete. It is anticipated the project will be finished by October 2020. The improvements will consist of corrections to the existing pavement cross slope. It will add 4-foot roadside paved shoulders on both sides of the road, 2-foot unpaved shoulders on both sides, milling and resurfacing, guardrails, drainage improvements, fencing, concrete driveways, and reflective pavement markings. Roadway capacity projects include brand new roads or the widening of existing roads. The first road capacity project is Richard Crotty Parkway. This project begins at Cimarron Boulevard and extends east to Goldenrod Road. This project is currently in the right-of-way phase. The study and design phases have previously been completed. The improvement is to construct a new 4-lane roadway intended to relieve traffic congestion on State Road 50 and University Boulevard. In addition to the new 4 lanes, the project will also address stormwater needs and the provision of bike lanes and sidewalks on both sides of the road. Roadway lighting and landscaping will be included, as well as a portion of the Little Econ Greenway Trail. Construction is scheduled to commence in 2021. The next project is Chuliota Road. The proposed Chuliota Road widening project extends from State Road 50 to Lake Pickett Road. As noted in the beginning of the presentation, this project will begin with a roadway conceptual analysis study, also known as a preliminary engineering study, to assess the elements associated with widening the road from 2 to 4 lanes. This study will start in fiscal year 2021, and as with typical road widening projects, the installation of sidewalks, lighting, landscaping, and stormwater treatments will be evaluated, and the findings will be presented to the public and the Board of County Commissioners for approval. This project is fully funded through construction. Next is McCulloch Road. The McCulloch Road RCA study also entails the widening of the existing 2-lane road to a 4-lane divided roadway from North Orion Boulevard to North Tanner Road. In addition to the typical elements associated with road widening, this project will also address and identify wildlife crossings along the corridor. The study is scheduled to start later this year. And finally, we will discuss the future projects. The next few slides will show a planned safety project, intersection studies, and roadway capacity projects to begin in the future. The University Boulevard Ped Bike Safety Study is scheduled to start late next year. The project limits extend from State Road 436 to Goldenrod Road. This study is intended to address pedestrian and bicycle needs and safety along the roadway. The area is frequented by many pedestrians and bicyclists attending Full Sail University, as well as accessing the many commercial sites along the corridor. Once the study is completed, the safety components identified will be designed and ultimately constructed. Timing of the implementation of improvements will depend on funding availability. There are 6 intersection projects that will be evaluated for safety and operational improvements. Each of the following projects will begin with an evaluation of safety and operational needs, followed by design, right-of-way acquisition if needed, and construction when funding is available. The intersection located at Lake Pickett Road and Colonial Drive will be coordinated with the Florida Department of Transportation based on the recently completed 6-lane widening of Colonial Drive. The intersection at Lake Pickett Road and Percival Road will be analyzed to address the potential of constructing a new traffic signal as well as adding turn lanes. The next project entails the intersection at Lake Pickett Road and North Tanner Road. Again, the intent of the project is to conduct an operational study to eventually construct a new traffic signal and appropriate turning lanes. The intersection of McCulloch Road and North Tanner Road will be addressed as part of the McCulloch Road RCA widening study discussed earlier. The last 2 intersections we will discuss are the County Road 13 and Colonial Drive intersection and the Suntree Boulevard and University Boulevard intersection. The County Road 13 intersection will also be coordinated with the Florida Department of Transportation for the Colonial Drive widening project scheduled to start in 2023. The Suntree intersection traffic signal retiming improvements have already been installed. The county will continue to monitor the intersection to ensure that it is functioning properly. The following roadway capacity projects are listed on Orange County's Long-Range Transportation Plan and are anticipated to need improvements sometime in the future. The first project is Richard Crotty Parkway. As you may recall, Richard Crotty Parkway from Cimarron Boulevard to Goldenrod Road is currently in the right-of-way acquisition phase. This segment of Richard Crotty Parkway further extends the roadway from Goldenrod Road to Dean Road. Design for the project is complete. However, funding for future phases is yet to be established. Richard Crotty Parkway from Dean Road to Alafaya Trail has also been identified as a future extension of the roadway. This segment of Richard Crotty Parkway is unfunded and a preliminary schedule is yet to be identified. Richard Crotty Parkway, extending from Alafaya Trail to North Tanner Road, is the final section of this planned roadway. No schedule has been established to commence the study or other production phases. The next project is Dean Road. The RCA study for Dean Road from University Boulevard to the Seminole County line was completed in 2014. However, the Board of County Commissioners directed staff to delay future phases and to move forward with improvements at the intersection of Dean Road and University Boulevard as an interim project. Design for the intersection has been completed and funding for the next phases is being identified. The next project is Econ-Lockhatchee Trail. Econ-Lockhatchee Trail, extending from Colonial Drive to University Boulevard, is also a long-range road project. Funding for the project and schedule is yet to be determined. Other long-range projects in the area include Chuleota Road, Lake Pickett Road, Fort Christmas Road, and North Fort Christmas Road, illustrated on this map. All of these future projects have not been scheduled for improvements, but are included in the 2040 Long-Range Transportation Plan. The next series of slides will be presented by the Orange County Parks and Recreation Division.
Thank you. I will provide a brief overview of the county's Trails Master Plan and discuss the East Orange Trail corridor. In 2012, Orange County developed a county-wide Trails Master Plan. The process included reviewing existing and future off-road multi-use pedestrian trails. 12 corridors were identified. These corridors were ranked and prioritized based off connectivity to existing trails in Orange County and adjacent counties, schools, and parks. The county is currently in the process of updating the Trails Master Plan and will have it finalized by next summer. The East Orange Trail was one of the trail segments in the master plan. The trail is 21.5 miles long. It begins at Alafaya Trail and the University of Central Florida and traverses east along McCullough Road, south on Chuliota Road to Highway 50, connecting to Bithlow Park, and eventually to Fort Christmas Park and the Orlando Wetlands Park. There is a new segment or corridor Commissioner Bonilla has asked our consultant to review. This corridor would connect to Alafaya Trail via Research Parkway and follow a Duke Energy power line easement to Tanner Road and eventually tie in to the East Orange Trail at Highway 50. A more detailed analysis will be conducted by our consultant. This concludes my presentation, and thank you.
Thank you so much for your participation in this presentation. Please complete the survey so that your voice can be heard. The link is displayed on the screen. Have a great day and stay safe.